Do you get pain in the arches of your feet after skipping or running? These two activities put a lot of stress on your plantar fascia, and especially if you don't have a lot of rest between workouts, it can eventually lead to an injury. The plantar fascia connects to your heel, so this is your heel bone. It's a sheet of tissue that spreads out and attaches onto the base of your toes. And every time you jump or land, it stretches the plantar fascia out like this as your foot flattens a little bit, and then the plantar fascia supports it, and then it comes back to its normal arch. How can you stretch and strengthen the plantar fascia to avoid injury after doing things like running and skipping? I'm going to talk about a few ways right now. The first is by stretching, and you can use a small dumbbell to really help turn what looks like a calf stretch into a plantar fascia stretch. So first what you do is you put your foot so that the toes are bent backwards up against the handle of the dumbbell, step through, and then apply the stretch by lifting your heel up off the ground, and you should feel a stretch right through your arch when you get into this position. Then you can drive back into a bit of a calf stretch and then come back up into stretching your plantar fascia. Spend a bit of time doing this each day, especially if you're in a section of your training where you're doing a lot of skipping and running, and it'll really help you out. So that's stretching, but how do you strengthen the plantar fascia to make it resistant to injury? A really great way, especially on the northern beaches that you have access to a lot of sand and beaches, and doing soft sand walking, where on every step with bare feet you scrunch your toes into the sand, is a really great strengthening movement that just builds up the plantar fascia and will make it less likely that doing lots of skipping and running will irritate it to a point where you can't really do those things anymore. So give it a try.